What's going on, YouTube? Before I get into the video, I just want to thank you all for allowing me to get to 3,000 subscribers, and as part of my thank you to you, I'm giving away a copy of Pilotwings on the Super Nintendo, boxed with the game, obviously. To see details on how to enter, just check the description below or stay tuned till the end of the video to see. Now, in this video, I wanted to talk about, guys, is my plans for how my retro collecting is going to be going on in the rest of 2023 and leading into probably 2024. Now, as a lot of you know, in my past videos, I talked about my problem with retro game collection and how I was really just buying a bunch of crap just to have. I really had no rhyme or reason for it. I just was buying it to fill my shelves, to make my background look cool, and because it just made me feel good to just buy stuff. It was a big, huge dopamine spike, and I really had no rhyme or reason behind it. So what I'm going to do in the rest of the video is going to talk about what my future plans for my game collection and stuff is, and how my plan. So as a lot of you know, I've really set forth some rules to the collection. Now, I've sold off probably 200 to 300 games. Stuff that, you know, a lot of you are some have called me stupid for, because they're like, you're going to miss those games, or you got ripped off, because I didn't sell them solely one by one to make the most profit. I kind of sold a bunch of them just to kind of get them out, but I also was made, you know, close to $400 to $500 probably in credit worth of it, which I've kept at my game store for if any games that come out in the future that I do want. So after I cleared out all the space, guys, after I kind of cleaned up everything, got my private collection going, which has been the games that I'm going to hold on to that actually, you know, means something to me, not just a have. What am I going to go for with collecting? So I've set the rules down. One of the main rules was I'm only allowing myself to really buy one game a month. And that's been a huge one that's been really kind of keeping me, what do I want to see, grounded, rooted in my collection. And it's mostly been kind of just being chill and playing games. So one of my other rules was also going to be too that I cannot buy a game unless I first beat a game. And so like this month, I've currently been playing and working my way through Baldur's Gate 3. And a lot of you know that I've been talking about with Spider-Man 2 coming out that I want to get that, but you know, I've already got Baldur's Gate 3 this month, and I still have not beat it. I think I'm only maybe through the first act. So obviously I will not be purchasing Spider-Man 2 until I beat this game or beat another game. And it's probably going to be in November when that'll happen. And that is really what I'm going to be probably doing for the rest of 2023, guys. Is just focusing on those two rules. Is just one game a month, and only if I beat one game that month. And I know it's kind of hard to grasp for a lot of people because they saw how far it came, you know, with buying all that stuff. I know I have a friend personally that I know, you know, not just from YouTube and stuff like that, that I actually know outside of this stuff. And the whole time I was doing this, he was telling me that, you know, you spent all those years grabbing all that stuff. You're gonna have some remorse. You're gonna have some regret. And I'd lie if I said I didn't at some point have some regret on some of this. But really, once I kind of popped that cork and I kind of kept working at it, I felt a lot of relief in knowing that this game room is now made for playing instead of archiving or, you know, putting up a collection that I don't think I'm ever going to really play. And that also put a lot of other like positive waves on a lot of things. So now whenever my sons come down here, I don't have to worry about them touching my stuff, guys. I don't have to worry about them putting stuff out of place. I don't have to worry about them putting their, you know, getting finger marks on certain stuff. And of course I'm still gonna worry about that with some of the stuff, you know, my higher end stuff, but at least the higher end stuff I could put up, like my mint complete copy of Final Fantasy 2 up there. You know, it's worth like $300 to $400. I have it out of range, so I don't have to worry too much about that. But I mean, I only have really the games left that I want to play, and that's really what 2023 is going to keep looking like, guys. I might here or there get rid of a couple other little games and stuff like that, but I honestly do not look at collecting a bunch down the road. Now, 2024, on the other hand, we're going to play that by ear when the time comes. Like I said, this is adapting as it goes. I might develop more rules. I might just totally take a step back from collecting, period. But I do know one thing now. The one thing I have been really focusing on, if I am going to collect, is certain franchises that I really love. So, like, I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, as a lot of people know. I have a lot of love for the lore of Resident Evil and the gameplay and the games in general, and those two right there have really been a huge like staple in my collecting period too. And also, like, I'm hoping down the road to somehow be able to afford it. But I was a huge fan of RPGs growing up, so I really have a soft spot for them, and a lot of them were on the PlayStation 1. And you guys have heard me talk about before, one of my biggest regrets from when I was a kid was I traded in all my PS1 RPGs to get enough money, I think, to get a PS2 or something like that. So I've really just been struggling to try to get a lot of those back, and obviously a lot of them are not very cheap anymore, and it's kind of scary to buy PS1 games, guys, because of disc rot. I've bought, I think, two RPGs now, Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy IX, where I made it to a certain part in the game, and then the game just decides to freeze on me no matter what happens. It's not scratched, it looks perfectly fine, but at that one point in the game, no matter what, it seems to want to freeze. Even when I started over, played a couple hours into it, and it's still at the same spot. The only reason I can think that is happening is because there's possible disc rot. So those are really only the three things I've been focusing on. I've even thought about selling off consoles and stuff, even though they look really sweet in the game room. But I think I will hold on to those for now, just because like I said, I like having hardware around, and it makes the game room look so much better. And it's just cool to be able to have that console. Like, not very many people can say they have a Dreamcast, and not only do I have a Dreamcast, but I also I have a boxed Dreamcast with an original receipt from 1999, I believe, in it. So it's just kind of coming along with that. So 2024 is going to really be focusing in on that. And obviously, a lot of the focus now has just been on making these videos for the channel and also spreading awareness for this, addiction and mental health. I haven't really branched off to doing videos specifically just about mental health as the topic, because, I want to try to keep this channel still focused on gaming in general. But I haven't, putting just kind of putting those on the back burner to let you know that I am a big advocate for mental health and talking about, what is wrong. As someone who suffers with, depression, anxiety, and in some cases OCD. And I know a lot of the times that when I personally get help with this stuff is because I ask for it. So I'm really always about telling you guys, if you ever need help with anything, make sure you ask for it. Specifically also with mental stuff. Now, physical stuff, a lot of us are actually fine, usually fine with helping to ask to lift something and stuff like that. But when something's really bothering us deep inside, we sometimes have too much pride and should really just kind of suck it up and ask for help. And, I was talking about in the videos at near the end, if you guys ever suffering with anything like that, and you need somebody that's not, somebody that you know too personally, and you just need to get anything off your chest, you guys can trust me, so go ahead and DM me on Instagram. And I don't release names, I don't do anything like that, so this is all about, anonymity. But that was what this video, guys, was about. We're going forth, we're kind of just not collecting. We're really slowing down. We're just kind of chilling. We're just kind of focusing on the YouTube channel for now, and talking to you guys about stuff, and just kind of trying to be truthful with what's going on. It's been really kind of hard lately, not buying stuff left and right. I think I went to a thrift store a few times a couple weeks ago. I picked up like a Nintendo carrying case for games, and that's really all I grabbed, because I was like, I didn't want to go too insane. I have a lot of stuff going on financially right now, and I really don't have the liberty to be spending that much money on stuff. So that's kind of what I'm doing, just chilling, guys, making videos, playing games, and that's really what it is down to. So that being said, this is the end of the video now. I wanted to go into the thank you. So as a lot of you know, I recently hit 3,000 subscribers, which is huge. this month has just been, or this year has just been flying by. Every month has just been like landmark after landmark. I've been hitting records on this channel that I've not seen, like, you know, with my watch hours, views, and subscribers. And the comments have just been outrageously awesome, guys. I've been loving reading all the comments and interacting with you guys and keeping this community going. Some goals down the road is hopefully thinking about starting a podcast talking about, you know, the addiction part of this stuff, and also really focusing on maybe getting an actual Discord going. I'm not very tech savvy with some of that stuff, so that's really hard for me to do or keep up with, especially now with my focus on the channel really being replying to all your comments. It might be hard to also get going on Discord, so we'll see about that. But you know, as some days go, I could probably just sit here and talk for, you know, 30 minutes to get a podcast going. So we might do that and see about maybe bringing guests on that have deal with, you know, these kinds of issues or just want to talk about games. So we'll see about that, guys. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that. If I started a podcast and was putting it on Spotify and stuff like that, would you guys actually tune in and listen? And besides that, like I said, I have told you guys that I am giving a complete copy. It doesn't have the manual, I'm sorry, but it does have, it's the game and the box with this nice little preserver around it. The box is in very good shape. There's a couple little dings in that, but I think it's like a $50 to $60 value, guys. Just something that I wanted to give away to give thanks to you. Now the rules are really just simple. Please be a U.S. citizen, or, you know, your address here, so that way I can ship it to you, because if it's out of state, it's going to cost way too much out of states. And then all you got to do to sign up, guys, is I will have a link to the Gleam competition below. You click on that, and it'll give you various options you can do to get different entries, bonus entries for stuff. One of the big ones on there, guys, is I want you to check out, is make sure you go when you do it, is to check out Steve Craig Retro Games. He recently, you know, a while back is kind of the opposite, but he hit 1,000 subscribers, and I want to try and get him some fresh audience, guys. Great pickup videos, great guy all around. His collection is massive and amazing, and it really speaks about Steve himself, how, you know, great it is. And he's got such a big heart, and he's such an awesome guy. I just want the best for him. So if you guys get a chance, make sure you go check out his channel through the link in the Gleam. And then I think I'm going to run this for a whole month, guys, just to kind of give people an opportunity to join in. I know you guys will probably sign up and forget about it, but I am pretty good about making sure that when it is over, something like this, I will make sure that I reach out to you guys, so that way you can make sure you pick this game up. So check out the description for that. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. It is insane, guys. I'm so grateful. And it makes me so happy to see this. So let's keep it going. Let's keep spreading awareness. Let's keep talking about this mental stuff. Let's just keep having fun and, you know, dealing with stuff head on. Keep your chin up. Life's a garden. Dig it, guys. As always, stay retro, my friends, and I will see you in the next video.